In 1980, the Blues Brothers hit the big screen, blending outrageous comedy, unforgettable musical performances, and high-octane car chases into a cultural phenomenon. Starring John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd as the iconic Jake and Elwood Blues, the film showcased a cast of comedy legends and music icons, leaving an enduring legacy in both genres. Now, 44 years later, fans still celebrate the film's genius, but many wonder, what became of its beloved cast? From legendary careers and personal struggles to the bittersweet loss of key stars, join us as we dive into the lives of the cast of the Blues Brothers and see where they stand in 2024. John Belushi, born on January 24, 1949, portrayed the iconic Joliet Jake in the Blues Brothers, 1980, at the age of 31. His character, a lively and rebellious ex-convict with a heart of gold, became a symbol of coolness and chaos. Raised in an orphanage, Jake's determination to save it sets the stage for his wild journey with his brother, Elwood. However, Belushi's real-life story is marked by deep struggles, overshadowed by his intense fame. As a talented comedian, he first rose to prominence with Saturday Night Live, but his rapid success came with its own set of challenges. Known for his energetic, larger-than-life personality, Belushi had difficulty balancing the pressures of fame with his personal life. His marriages, including one to Judy Jacklin, ended in turmoil. He was also troubled by drug addiction, which ultimately led to his tragic downfall. On March 5, 1982, at the age of 33, Belushi's life was cut short by a drug overdose, a tragedy that left a lasting impact on the entertainment world. Kathleen Freeman, born on February 17, 1923, was 57 years old when she portrayed the strict and no-nonsense Sister Mary Stigmata, also known as the Penguin, in the Blues Brothers, 1980. Her character, a formidable nun who raised Jake and Elwood in the orphanage, became one of the film's standout roles. Freeman's career in Hollywood spanned decades, and she was known for her sharp comedic timing, often playing characters with a tough exterior. However, her personal life was not without its own set of challenges. Freeman faced struggles with health issues and spent many years in relative obscurity, despite her notable talent. She was never married and did not have children, which contributed to a feeling of isolation later in life. Her health battles culminated in a long fight with lung cancer, which ultimately claimed her life on August 23, 2001, at the age of 78, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances in both film and television. Cab Calloway, born on December 25, 1907, was 72 years old when he portrayed Curtis, the fatherly mentor to Jake and Elwood in the Blues Brothers, 1980. Curtis, a figure of wisdom and musical talent, brought both humor and heart to the film. Calloway's career was legendary, particularly in the realm of jazz and swing music, where he achieved tremendous success as a bandleader and performer. However, behind the success was a life marked by financial struggles and personal challenges. Despite his fame, Calloway faced racism in the entertainment industry, often being relegated to the role of a performer rather than an artist in his own right. His personal life had its difficulties, including his long marriage to a woman who struggled with her own health issues, which added to the emotional strain. Despite these hardships, Calloway continued to perform well into his later years. Sadly, he passed away on November 18, 1994, at the age of 86, following a stroke, leaving behind an immense cultural legacy but also a life marked by personal sacrifice and resilience. James Brown, born on May 3, 1933, was 47 years old when he played the dynamic and passionate Reverend Cleophas James in the Blues Brothers, 1980. Known as the Godfather of Soul, Brown's performance in the film showcased his powerful presence and musical genius. His life, however, was full of both triumphs and tribulations. Brown grew up in poverty in the rural South, and his early years were filled with hardship, including time spent in a reform school. He overcame these challenges to become one of the most influential musicians of the 20th century, but his personal life was marked by turmoil, including a series of failed marriages and legal troubles. Brown's relationships were often rocky. He had several children, but many of his marriages ended in divorce, and his personal behavior was frequently in the public eye. In his later years, Brown faced health problems and a tarnished reputation due to his run-ins with the law. He passed away on December 25, 2006, at the age of 73 from pneumonia, but his legacy as a musical pioneer endures, despite the personal and public struggles he faced throughout his life. Carrie Fisher, born on October 21, 1956, was 24 years old when she played the enigmatic and vengeful mystery woman in The Blues Brothers, 1980. Her character, a determined force of nature who relentlessly pursues Jake and Elwood, became one of the film's most memorable. Fisher was already known for her role as Princess Leia in Star Wars, but her life off-screen was complicated. Raised in a famous family, her mother was actress Debbie Reynolds and her father was singer Eddie Fisher. Carrie grew up in the spotlight, which came with its share of struggles. She battled with addiction to drugs and alcohol for years, and her personal life was filled with emotional turmoil. She had a high-profile marriage to musician Paul Simon, but they divorced after a few years. Despite these hardships, Fisher continued to work, writing best-selling memoirs and appearing in both film and television. Tragically, on December 27, 2016, at the age of 60, Carrie passed away from cardiac arrest. Her death followed shortly after a heart attack that she had suffered during a flight, leaving the world to mourn the loss of a talented and complex woman. John Candy, born on October 31, 1950, was 29 years old when he portrayed Burton Mercer in The Blues Brothers, 1980. Known for his larger-than-life comedic presence, Candy's portrayal of the bumbling parole officer added a memorable comedic element to the film. Throughout the 1980s and early 1990s, Candy became one of Hollywood's favorite funny men, starring in films like Planes, Trains and Automobiles, Uncle Buck, and Cool Runnings. However, behind the laughter, his life was tinged with personal challenges. Candy struggled with his weight and health issues, which led to a tumultuous relationship with his body image. His father's passing affected him deeply, and he grappled with the pressures of fame while trying to maintain a sense of normalcy. He married Rosemary Margaret Hober in 1979, and they had 2 children together. Despite a generally supportive family life, Candy's weight and health issues continued to plague him, leading to his premature death at the age of 43 on March 4, 1994, due to a heart attack. Donald Dunn, born on November 24, 1941, was a talented American bassist, known for his significant contribution to the Blues Brothers band. He played the role of Donald "Duck" Dunn in The Blues Brothers, 1980, at the age of 38. Duck Dunn, a skilled musician with a laid-back and cool persona, was integral to the band's dynamic, providing steady bass lines in some of the movie's most iconic musical sequences. Throughout his career, Dunn played with legendary artists such as Booker T. and the MGs, contributing to the timeless sound of soul and R&B music. Unfortunately, his personal life was filled with challenges, including struggles with substance abuse, which often marred his career. Despite these difficulties, Dunn continued to be a respected figure in the music world. His love life had its ups and downs, but he was married twice, with 1 daughter from his second marriage. His final years were spent away from the limelight, but he left behind a lasting legacy in music. Donald Dunn passed away on May 13, 2012, at the age of 70 due to heart failure. Judith Belushi-Pisano, born on January 1, 1951, was an American actress and artist best known for her brief but memorable role as the cocktail waitress in The Blues Brothers, 1980. At the age of 29, Judith was part of the ensemble cast that brought to life the vibrant energy of the film's musical scenes. She was also the first wife of the late comedian John Belushi, and their tumultuous relationship was well documented. Their marriage, though initially filled with love, was overshadowed by John's struggle with drug addiction, which ultimately led to his tragic death. Judith, however, continued to live and work after his passing, even though she never remarried. Her career included working behind the scenes as an artist and writing, but it was clear that her life was marked by the sadness of losing her husband so young. Over the years, she also battled personal health issues, but her love for art and her ability to move forward never wavered. Judith Belushi-Pisano passed away on July 5, 2024, at the age of 73 due to endometrial cancer. Paul Reubens, born on August 27, 1952, rose to fame playing the quirky and comedic character of the waiter in The Blues Brothers, 1980, at the age of 28. Known for his unique blend of humor and eccentricity, Reubens later achieved even greater recognition for creating the iconic character Pee Wee Herman. His personal life, however, was marked by scandal and public backlash. In 1991, Reubens was arrested for indecent exposure in a Florida movie theater, a scandal that deeply affected his career. Despite the setbacks, Reubens made a comeback and revitalized the Pee Wee Herman character in the following years. He was never married and had no children, though his romantic relationships were often kept private. Throughout his life, he faced health issues, including a long battle with cancer. Paul Reubens passed away on July 30, 2023, at the age of 70 due to acute hypoxic respiratory failure, leaving behind a legacy of unforgettable comedy. Ben Piazza, born on July 30, 1933, portrayed the father in The Blues Brothers, 1980, at the age of 47. His character, a wealthy and slightly eccentric restaurant patron, has a short but memorable interaction with Jake and Elwood, adding humor and tension to the film. Piazza had a varied career in television and film, but he often played secondary roles, never quite breaking into leading parts despite his talent. He struggled with personal demons, including difficulties in relationships and the challenge of maintaining privacy in an industry that demands public attention. His health declined after he was diagnosed with AIDS, and this shadowed his later years. Piazza's personal life also saw its challenges. He was married but faced a difficult divorce, and his later years were marked by financial difficulties and health battles. He passed away on September 7, 1991, at the age of 58 from AIDS-related complications, leaving a legacy of underappreciated talent in Hollywood. Henry Gibson, born on September 21, 1935, was 45 years old when he portrayed the head Nazi in The Blues Brothers, 1980. His character, a villainous leader of the Illinois Nazis, became one of the film's more memorable and comedic antagonists. Gibson had a long and varied career in Hollywood, appearing in films and television shows with a mix of humor and villainy. However, his journey was not without difficulties. As a character actor, he often struggled with being typecast, a challenge that complicated his personal life and relationships. Despite these struggles, Gibson enjoyed a successful career, gaining recognition for his versatile performances. He was married twice, though his relationships faced their own trials. Henry Gibson passed away on September 14, 2009, at the age of 73, after a battle with cancer. His death marked the end of a career that had spanned decades, leaving behind a body of work that showcased his range and talent in the entertainment world. John Lee Hooker, born on August 22, 1917, was a legendary blues musician and actor who portrayed the character Street Slim in The Blues Brothers, 1980, at the age of 63. Street Slim, a gritty and soulful figure, captured the raw essence of blues in his brief but memorable appearance. Hooker's life was shaped by hardship and perseverance, much like the blues he famously performed. Raised in poverty in Mississippi, he endured a difficult childhood, losing his father at a young age. Despite his early struggles, Hooker found solace in music, becoming one of the most influential blues musicians of all time. His personal life, however, was marked by multiple marriages and troubled relationships, with reports of infidelity and instability. His career, although marked by great success, also saw moments of decline, as he battled alcohol and health problems. In his later years, Hooker's music continued to resonate with audiences, but his personal life remained turbulent. John Lee Hooker passed away on June 21, 2001, at the age of 83 due to natural causes. Aretha Franklin, born on March 25, 1942, played the role of the soul food cafe owner in The Blues Brothers, 1980, at the age of 38. Known for her powerful voice and commanding stage presence, Franklin's performance in the film was a testament to her immense talent and influence. Raised in a religious and musical family, she began singing in her father's church choir at a young age. However, her life was not without its struggles. Franklin faced several personal hardships, including a tumultuous marriage to her first husband, Ted White, whom she divorced in 1969. She later had a difficult relationship with her second husband, actor Glyn Turman, although their marriage ended in 1984. Franklin was also a mother of 4 children, raising them while navigating her career and personal battles. Despite her fame, she faced weight issues and a strained relationship with fame at times, seeking solace in her faith. Her career was filled with both accolades and challenges, including a long battle with pancreatic cancer. Aretha Franklin passed away on August 16, 2018, at the age of 76 due to advanced pancreatic cancer. Matt Murphy, born on December 29, 1929, was a renowned guitarist who played the character Matt Guitar Murphy in The Blues Brothers, 1980, at the age of 50. Known for his smooth playing style and mastery of the guitar, Murphy's portrayal of the character added authenticity to the film's musical ensemble. Murphy's early years were shaped by a love for music, and he became an integral part of the Chicago blues scene, performing with legends like Howlin' Wolf and Muddy Waters. However, his personal life faced numerous trials, including struggles with addiction and a turbulent marriage. Murphy had a daughter from his first marriage, but his relationships were often marked by strain, and his family life was far from idyllic. Despite facing several hardships, including health issues that affected his later career, Matt Murphy remained a revered figure in the world of blues music. His life, like many of his contemporaries, was a mixture of musical triumph and personal tragedy. Matt Murphy passed away on June 15, 2018, at the age of 88 due to heart failure. Ray Charles was born on September 23, 1930, and played the role of Ray in The Blues Brothers, 1980, at the age of 50. Ray, the talented and charismatic music store owner, added both humor and soul to the film with his musical prowess and infectious energy. Ray Charles's life, however, was marked by personal and professional challenges. Born blind and growing up in poverty, he overcame immense obstacles to become one of the most influential musicians of the 20th century. Despite his success, Charles struggled with substance abuse throughout much of his life, which strained his personal relationships and hindered his happiness. He was married twice and had several children, but his marriages were fraught with difficulties, ultimately leading to divorces. His health problems, including a history of addiction and liver issues, caught up with him later in life. Ray Charles passed away on June 10, 2004, at the age of 73 due to acute liver disease. His death marked the loss of a legend, but his music continues to resonate across generations. Charles Napier, born on April 12, 1936, played the role of Tucker McElroy in The Blues Brothers, 1980, at the age of 44. His character, a tough, hot-headed country singer, led one of the many groups chasing after Jake and Elwood blues. Napier had a long career in both television and film, often cast as a gruff, no-nonsense type, particularly in action and comedy films. His professional success was tempered by personal struggles. Napier had several relationships throughout his life, though his marriages were marked by tensions and ended in divorce. He faced financial hardships at times, including a significant period where he was out of work and struggled to make ends meet. Despite these challenges, Napier's legacy in Hollywood remains strong, with fans continuing to celebrate his work. Tragically, Napier passed away on October 5, 2011, at the age of 75 due to complications from blood clots, a somber end to the life of an actor beloved by many. Eddie Donno, born on July 24, 1935, was 45 years old when he played the SWAT team commander in The Blues Brothers, 1980. His character was a stern and resolute figure, determined to capture the infamous Blues Brothers. Although Donno's role in the film was memorable, his career was not as high-profile as many of his peers. Eddie Donno had a long career in television and film but struggled with staying in the limelight. His personal life was marked by hardships, including the toll his career took on his family life. Details of his relationships remain somewhat private, though it is known that his later years were spent out of the public eye. Donno faced financial difficulties and personal struggles, and in his later years, he lived a quiet life. Despite these challenges, he remained dedicated to his craft and found fulfillment in lesser-known projects. On October 19, 2014, Eddie Donno passed away at the age of 79, with the cause of death remaining undisclosed. Frank Oz, born on May 25, 1944, played the tough and no-nonsense corrections officer in the Blues Brothers, 1980, at the age of 36. As the man responsible for releasing Jake from prison, his character set the stage for the duo's comedic journey. Beyond his role in the film, Oz is best known for his work as a puppeteer and voice actor, particularly for creating the beloved characters of Yoda and Miss Piggy. Though Oz's career in film and television is remarkable, his personal life has been less publicized. He has been married twice, first to Frances Oz, and later to Victoria Labama. While he has 2 children, he has managed to keep much of his family life private, though it is known that he has had some struggles with balancing his career and personal commitments. Despite some challenges in his relationships, he has managed to continue working and achieving success in both his directing and voice work. As of now, Frank Oz is 80 years old, still involved in film, television, and the world of puppetry, with his legendary contributions continuing to be remembered and celebrated. Dan Aykroyd, born on July 1, 1952, portrayed the role of Elwood in The Blues Brothers, 1980, at the age of 28. Known for his dry humor and understated wit, Elwood became a cultural icon. However, Aykroyd's life has not been without its challenges. Growing up in Canada, Aykroyd faced some difficulty navigating his place in the world before finding success in comedy and acting. His career took off with Saturday Night Live, but like many comedians, Aykroyd struggled with the pressures of fame and the expectations that came with it. His first marriage to actress Lorraine Hamilton ended in divorce, and he later married actress Donna Dixon, with whom he has 3 children. Although their marriage has faced ups and downs, they have remained together for over 30 years. Aykroyd's personal life also saw struggles with health issues, and he faced a challenging period when he was diagnosed with a nervous breakdown. 72 years old, Aykroyd is still active in the entertainment industry, known for his work in Ghostbusters, Trading Places, and continuing to make music with his Blues Brothers legacy. Chaka Khan, born on March 23, 1953, brought to life the character of the choir soloist in The Blues Brothers, 1980, at the age of 27. She portrayed a soulful and powerful woman who captivated audiences with her exceptional voice, adding a spiritual touch to the film's music. Born Yvette Marie Stevens, she had a challenging childhood marked by instability and emotional struggles. Her rise to fame was not without its hurdles, battling personal demons, including substance abuse, and going through a tumultuous career with fluctuating success. She has had several high-profile relationships and marriages, including a marriage to Richard Holland in the 1970s, though they eventually separated. Khan has 2 children, a daughter named Indira, and a son, Damien. Her family life has been marked by ups and downs, including the challenge of maintaining relationships amidst her fame. She faced a particularly difficult period with addiction but managed to overcome it, reinventing herself and continuing to thrive in music. Despite the struggles, she remains one of the most iconic vocalists in R&B. At 71 years old, she continues to make music and perform, having endured the trials of both her career and personal life. Stephen Williams was born on January 7, 1949, and took on the role of Trooper Mount in The Blues Brothers, 1980, at 31. Trooper Mount was a dogged police officer, relentlessly chasing the film's protagonists, Jake and Elwood Blues. Williams, with his towering presence and memorable performance, has had a steady career in television and film. However, his personal life has had its share of struggles. Williams' career didn't always match his early promise, with significant gaps in major roles. His early family life was also filled with hardships, but he later found stability in his career and personal life. He married twice but faced marital strife, leading to a second divorce. He has children, though his relationships with them were not always easy. Overcoming the difficulties of being an actor in a competitive industry, he gradually found more roles in both film and television, solidifying his reputation as a character actor. Currently 75 years old, Williams has remained relatively private in his later years, with a quiet life after decades of work in the industry. John Landis, born on August 3, 1950, was 30 years old when he portrayed Trooper La Fong in The Blues Brothers, 1980. La Fong, one of the film's most amusing police officers, was part of the chaos that ensued while Jake and Elwood were on the run. Landis, more widely known as a director, has had a legendary career in Hollywood, directing such hits as Animal House and the Thriller music video. However, his life hasn't been without tragedy. While his professional life flourished, Landis faced a major career setback due to the Twilight Zone accident in 1982, where a helicopter crash killed 3 people on set. This incident haunted him for many years and cast a shadow over his career. His personal life had its own difficulties, including his relationship with his first wife, Deborah Nadoolman, which ended in divorce after they had 2 children together. Landis later remarried to actress and producer, Ingrid, with whom he had another child. Despite the controversies and the pressures of fame, Landis continued to work in the industry. He is now 74 years old, living a quieter life compared to his earlier Hollywood days. Steve Cropper, born on October 21, 1941, was 38 years old when he played himself as Steve the Colonel Cropper in The Blues Brothers, 1980. A legendary guitarist and member of Booker T. and the MGs, Cropper's distinctive guitar playing was integral to the sound of both soul music and the Blues Brothers band. While he achieved great success in music, Cropper's personal life was not without its own struggles. Raised in a musical family, he began playing guitar at a young age, eventually becoming one of the most respected figures in the industry. He worked with iconic artists like Otis Redding and Wilson Pickett, but the demands of his career came with personal sacrifices. Cropper has been married more than once, and although his relationships have remained relatively private, he has spoken openly about the challenges of balancing family life with his demanding career. Now 83 years old, Steve Cropper remains an active force in the music industry, continuing to perform and collaborate with artists. Cindy Fisher was born on July 31, 1959, and at the age of 20, she played daughter number 2 in The Blues Brothers, 1980, a minor role that contributed to the family dynamics in the film. Fisher had initially aspired to make a name for herself in Hollywood, appearing in various films and TV shows. While she didn't achieve the level of fame she hoped for, her role in The Blues Brothers became a memorable part of her acting career. In her personal life, Fisher experienced the ups and downs typical of many actors, including struggles with relationships and balancing her career with personal happiness. She was married, but the relationship did not endure, and Fisher became more private as the years passed. Now 65 years old, Fisher stays mostly out of the public eye, having transitioned away from acting. Despite the challenges she faced, her time in the film remains a part of her enduring legacy in the entertainment industry. Devorah White was born on August 6, 1965, and portrayed the young guitar thief in The Blues Brothers, 1980, at the age of 15. His character, a cheeky and opportunistic youth, brought an element of youthful energy to the film, adding both mischief and charm. White's career began with promise as a young actor, but his journey was not without its setbacks. Although he appeared in several films and television shows in the 1980s, he struggled to land major roles and often found himself relegated to smaller parts. White also faced the challenge of growing up in the entertainment industry, where the pressures of fame and public scrutiny can often overshadow personal happiness. His early success as a child actor was marred by the difficulties of transitioning into adult roles. White's personal life has been relatively private, but there were reports of emotional struggles related to his fame and career challenges. At 59 years old, White has largely stayed out of the public eye in recent years, and though he still occasionally makes appearances, he prefers to live a quieter life away from Hollywood's spotlight. Sheila Wells was born on August 23, 1941, and played the role of Claire in The Blues Brothers, 1980, at the age of 39. Claire, a supportive and charming character, was part of the rich mix of personalities that contributed to the film's lasting impact. Wells' acting career, while notable for her performance in The Blues Brothers, was not as extensive as many of her peers. She faced the typical struggles of an actress in the 1970s and 1980s, including being typecast and finding roles that could showcase her true talents. In her personal life, Wells had her share of heartache. Her marriage, which she had hoped would provide stability, ended in divorce, leaving her to navigate the challenges of raising children alone while continuing to work in an industry that often values youth over experience. Over the years, she experienced bouts of financial instability and emotional hardship. Now 83 years old, Wells has kept a low profile, living a private life. Though her career did not reach the heights she desired, her role in The Blues Brothers remains a fond part of her legacy. Stan Mazin, born on February 24, 1939, portrayed the drunk dancer in The Blues Brothers, 1980, at the age of 41. His role, though minor, brought life and energy to the film's lively dance sequences, offering comedic relief and a memorable moment in the story. Mazin had a career in both television and film, known for playing a range of characters that added a unique charm to the productions. His life, however, was not free of personal struggles. Like many in Hollywood, Mazin faced challenges in balancing his career and personal life. He married once, though his relationship eventually ended in divorce, and it was reported that he never remarried. Over the years, Mazin faced financial difficulties and struggled with health issues, including battles with alcohol. Despite these hardships, Mazin found a way to continue working in the industry, particularly as a character actor, though he faded from the spotlight in later years. As of now, Stan Mazin is 85 years old, living a quiet life away from the media attention he once knew. Curt Clendenin, born on November 24, 1973, played the orphan in The Blues Brothers, 1980, at the age of 6. His role was small but poignant, embodying the innocence and hope the Blues Brothers worked tirelessly to protect. Clendenin's childhood in Hollywood was far from typical, as he navigated the pressures of growing up in the entertainment industry. While he had a few roles in film and television during his early years, his career never quite took off as many had hoped. Clendenin's life took a tragic turn when he experienced personal loss and struggled with the realities of adulthood. He had a difficult relationship with his family, marked by estrangement from his father. Despite occasional return to the screen, his life has been marked by personal battles, including emotional challenges and a brief period of homelessness. However, in recent years, Clendenin has worked to overcome these obstacles, focusing on rebuilding his personal life. He is now 50 years old and lives away from the public eye, though he has occasionally engaged in advocacy for mental health awareness. Twiggy, born on September 19, 1949, was 30 years old when she portrayed the chic lady in The Blues Brothers, 1980. Twiggy rose to fame as one of the first supermodels of the 1960s, revolutionizing the fashion industry with her androgynous look and youthful appearance. However, her career faced both peaks and valleys. While she achieved iconic status in the fashion world, Twiggy struggled with the pressures of being a global sensation, leading to personal and professional ups and downs. Her relationships also faced challenges. She was married twice, first to the famous British actor Michael Whitney, with whom she had a daughter, Carly, and later to Lee Lawson, with whom she had another daughter. While Twiggy has experienced happiness in her family life, her journey has been marred by periods of self-doubt and criticism, particularly around her body image during her modeling years. Despite these hurdles, she has continued to find success in various fields, including acting in television, remaining active at 75 years old, though she has had her fair share of personal struggles. Who is your favorite character from the Blues Brothers? How do you feel knowing that some of the actors have passed away? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss future videos. Thank you so much.